house in the quiet space of what we believe to be reality. But
there is another side.
Journey to the great beyond. Unlock the secrets of your local library. This is the Beyond the Shelves podcast with your librarians, Jennifer
and Lee.
Hey Lee.
Yes, Jennifer.
What's on the whiteboard?
What do you think about the Mandalorian?
We have a Mandalorian whiteboard.
We have a Mandalorian. We have 2 Mandalorian displays currently.
Nice.
We have acquired our baby Yoda / Grogu for that.
Spoilers, I guess. Maybe. I mean,
it's
whatever.
been about a
It's
month.
Fine. It's been a month.
Yeah.
It's been a month.
It's been a month.
All right. So the whiteboard says, "What do you think about the Mandalorian?" I love how wide open that is.
Yeah, very open.
Okay. All right.
Lots of responses all across the board too.
And this is hot off the presses. This is our latest, newest whiteboard.
It is.
Okay. All right. So number 10, and this is pretty standard. Variations on love it, good, it's good. Which, fine, fair. I agree.
Yeah. Okay, number 9. I haven't watched it, but my family likes Grogu.
Everybody likes Grogu.
Everybody, when I was carrying him, I considered just running out of the building.
Number 8, love the story.
Same.
I agree.
Number 7, this is the way.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
It is the way.
It is the way. Number 6, I mean, with respect to the selection, this might be my favorite answer. This is in all caps, so it's very important, all caps. Cutest Muppet ever. And in parentheses they added, sorry, Kermit.
So this began the Kermit Wars. We are at number 5 now. The Kermit Wars begin. The previous answer was then erased.
That I just said.
The one that Jennifer just read was erased. And the follow-up was, I have never seen it, but I have a feeling I won't like it if it is similar to Star Wars. And in parentheses, Kermit is the best, and a heart. It also had a drawing of Kermit, and underneath that drawing of Kermit was another drawing of Kermit.
2 different people drew portraits of Kermit the Frog.
Yes.
On the whiteboard question about the Mandalorian.
About the Mandalorian, because somebody was very, very opinionated about Grogu being the best Muppet.
So here's the thing. Is there room in our hearts for 2 adorable, lovable, wonderful Muppets? Or maybe more than 2.
There is room in my heart for all the Muppets. Personally, Cookie Monster is my favorite.
Wow. I like Animal a lot.
All of these are
but
perfect
I like a lot
takes.
of the Muppets.
There's not a bad take on Muppets.
I feel like we all love the child.
Obviously.
But, I mean, that doesn't mean we love Kermit less. Love is not a pie.
It's true. It's very
true. People of the world.
Yes.
Stop arguing.
Yes, the Muppet fandom at the library has a lot of feelings.
I guess. I didn't realize we had a Muppet fandom.
We do have a Muppet fandom here at the library.
All right. So, number 4, this was actually very clever. It's not part of the Kermit Wars. 5 out of 5. Can't say the same about 2020.
Very true.
Yeah.
Number
is The Mandalorian the best thing that happened in the year 2020? It might be. Season 2 of The Mandalorian was maybe the best thing.
Yeah, it's got to be close.
On the
it's
short
up
list.
there. Yeah, it's in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Number 3, it is getting better as I watch it. I have spoken.
I saw what they did there.
Yes.
Number 2 is a 2-part response. Again with a drawing.
This one is really cute.
It's not really a visual medium, so
yes.
But yeah. So baby Yoda, exclamation point, is so cute, exclamation point, aw, exclamation point. So that's 3 exclamation points. Yes. And a tiny drawing of Yoda or Grogu, we don't know.
Yeah.
And a guy in a backpack with a baby green guy, and he has a helmet.
This whiteboard
That's a lot.
Had so much art.
Yeah.
People were really expressing themselves here. I love it.
In a nonverbal way. I love it.
Yes.
Okay.
And the number 1 answer that took my heart. Aw, this is the way you brightened my day. Thank you, Mandalibrarians. And then a little Grogu Yoda doodle.
Mandalibrarians. Can we fist bump for Mandalibrarians?
Yes. Mandalibrarians.
I love Mandalibrarians. That's deserving of the number 1 spot.
It is. I'm so happy about it. Thank you, whoever called us Mandalibrarians. We are here to do a book talk with Carrie Godfrey. She is our new-ish teen-focused youth services librarian. Carrie, tell me about yourself.
Hi, Lee. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
I started at the Blount County Public Library in December, right before the pandemic, and I was working over in the reference area, and then found out that Clay, our wonderful teen librarian, decided to go on big new adventures, and he left in October.
We miss him deeply.
We do. And I have seen proof that he is doing wonderfully where he ended up.
Yes, he is, yeah.
So, and, I'm trying to figure things out and move forward and try to figure out how to work with teens in the middle of a pandemic. So here we are. We have lots of ideas and fun things in the works, and I'm looking forward to getting the restrictions out of the way so that we can get going and do some stuff in person.
Definitely.
I'm not native to Tennessee. I was born in Maryland and lived just outside of Washington, D.C. I'm a military wife of a retired Navy diver, and we lived around the world a little bit, spent a few years in Japan, and have settled here in the mountains of East Tennessee and love it here. We moved here in 2007, so we've been here about 14 years. Years ago, I was on the path to become a school librarian, and life happened and had to put that on hold and raised my family, and now here I am. So I'm a pretty good example of keep trying and keep moving forward, and hopefully we'll get there one day.
And we are so glad that you wound up here.
I am too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So let's get right into it. We will talk about the book. It is called #MurderFunding by Gretchen McNeil. Tell me a little bit about this book.
Well, it was published in 2019. #MurderFunding seems kind of interesting. Sounds familiar, it might. It's the second part of 3 books.
Okay.
And it is part of the 2020 Teens Top 10 list that was voted on by teens through the Young Adult Library Services Association.
Okay.
It's probably best suited for kids that are grade 9 and up.
Okay. Gotcha.
It does have some language and some mature themes. The main character is about 17.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good indicator of how appropriate a book is.
Of where it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the plot? What is this book about?
Well, like I said, it's the second book in a series.
Mm-hmm.
The first book is set in an island prison called Alcatraz 2.0 with murderers and their government-sponsored, crowd-funded killers. And all of this happens live online.
This really sounds like a book that I would read.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
This book, MurderFunding, is a little bit of a cross between Death Race, the movie with Jason Statham, Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, mixed with a little bit of the Hunger Games and Scream Queens. It's all fueled by the Twitter sphere and a social media app called The Postman. The text is sprinkled with images from the social media posts of people at home on an app watching live killings happening on this island. In this follow-up book, we're going to meet the public that were at home watching the murders happen online. The president, who will probably seem pretty familiar for anyone who's been paying attention the last few years in the story, is being impeached. So everything is awful, and there are many unanswered questions.
That sounds familiar.
So here we are, and we meet Becca, and her mom has just died in a car accident very suddenly. But at the funeral, a stranger shows up and suggests that Becca's mom might be Molly Mahler, who was one of the most popular serial killers in the first book. So Becca has no idea. Her mom is basically a soccer mom who just takes care of the family and doesn't seem like she'd be anything like this Molly Mahler person. So Becca decides to try to find out what happened.
Very cool.
In this book, Becca knows that auditions for a new reality game show based on Alcatraz 2.0 called Who Wants to Be a Paniac are taking place, and it's supposed to be non-lethal this time around. But the question is it going to be?
Sounds like a lot of horror movies that I've watched.
Yeah, it's a little bit of horror. It's definitely dystopian.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of political intrigue. It's action-packed. It's a quick, fun read because the chapters are short. It kind of bounces from character to character, different viewpoints and stuff. And it has a little bit of dark comedy. It's insanely and creative, and it's really fun to read.
It sounds a lot like Guns Akimbo, as far as that's the movie that's coming to mind. Yeah. That's a very similar kind of plot line as far as, that's what it sounds like to me.
And it's like reality TV mixed with WWE.
Yes.
The characters get dressed up, like they force the people to get dressed up and carry out murders live online, and they're crowdfunded.
I shouldn't be laughing, that's horrible.
And it feels a little bit too real, because if you just kind of suspend reality a little bit, it feels like it could have possibly happened here in our country just a little bit ago. So here we are.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so where can you find this?
Well, this book is kind of unique. The whole series, actually. It's only available on Hoopla, which is one of our online apps available through our website. Actually, you can download the app on any device.
Mm-hmm. I have it on my phone.
I do too, and it's totally free with your library card.
Yep.
Hoopla is fairly new to our library.
We got Hoopla last year, right at the start of the pandemic.
Right. And it has all kinds of different things available on it. It has audiobooks, but it also has movies, music. It's got comics. It's got graphic novels. It also has ebooks, and it has television shows that you can watch.
Yeah.
There's even a kids-only browsing mode with read-along stories. Did you know that?
I did, actually.
Did you?
Yes.
That's crazy. It's the coolest thing, though.
Weird enough, I have borrowed some of the kids' stuff. I've got younger cousins.
Not weird at all. Yeah. The technology that they're using is amazing, because while it reads along to you, you're actually seeing the book. And they highlight the words. So for beginning readers, it's a great way to kind of read along, and it brings the book to life a little bit.
Awesome.
There's no waiting with Hoopla. Like Tennessee Reads and Libby, sometimes you get stuck waiting for a title. With Hoopla, whatever is available, you can have right now instantly. Once something is downloaded on a mobile device, it can be used without an internet connection.
Yeah.
We get 5 borrows a month, but there's also a little known secret of bonus borrows, which don't count toward your limit of 5.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and apparently there's hundreds of titles in there that you can do.
I need to look for that. I use Hoopla to read all of my comic books, because they have comics that aren't available through like the Marvel and DC apps even. They've got a lot of like the indie comics, and that's most of what I'm into.
Right.
Well, thank you so much, Carrie, and you will be featured on future book talks as well, so you will be no stranger to our podcast.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
And we're super excited to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Nice talking to you.
Hey, Jennifer.
Yeah?
What's on the whiteboard?
So this is from the archives, and the question is, where will you hide your pet penguin?
And why was this on the whiteboard?
So I know it seems very random, but we have a penguin here, and this penguin that we have here is our youth services mascot, Vincent, who has appeared on the podcast before. And the reason Vincent is here is the same reason this is the whiteboard question. So 2 years ago, exactly this month, February, 2 years ago in 2019, we participated in the One Book Blitz, what the schools do, and all the kids and the elementary schools all read one book, and we would have big events about it. Well, we're not having big events right now, obviously. But that year, the book was Mr. Popper's Penguins. So we put a penguin, we actually had a series of related questions on the board. So this is sort of an anniversary. This is like a throwback whiteboard question. But I love the question so much, and we love Vincent, our penguin mascot. So that's why this is on the
Wonderful.
All right, so
all right.
Where will you hide your pet penguin?
Let's get to the top 10.
All right.
Number 10, the black market.
I don't understand that at all. I was hoping you would.
Please don't sell your penguin on the black market.
That sounds awful.
I'm pretty sure that you can legally have at least otters in Tennessee. I'm not sure about the legality of a penguin. Don't quote me on that. I am not a lawyer.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know about otters, but I'm pretty sure penguins are illegal. I think some of them are endangered.
You can get a license for almost anything.
In Tennessee.
Almost anything.
Yeah. Well, this is one of the problems I have with the book Mr. Popper's Penguins, which I don't want to go into at this time. Number 9, it's like the opposite of that.
Yes.
Number 9, in the zoo.
The penguins at the Knoxville Zoo are so awesome. They do paintings.
I know.
And
they're amazing. Penguins in general.
Yes, penguins are magnificent.
But the zoo is a pretty good place. It's maybe not the best place, but it's a pretty good place.
It is a pretty excellent place.
Yeah.
Having met the penguins at the zoo, I can definitively say
They seem happy.
They're very happy there.
They're doing their art. They're living their best lives.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. All right. Number 8, in my imagination.
That's also a good place. That's much better than the black market.
I can relate to that. My parents also wouldn't allow me to have a penguin, so.
But that's probably a good choice.
That is a good choice. That's an excellent choice.
Yeah. Number 7, in an igloo.
All right. Yeah, they like the cold.
They like the cold. They don't have igloos where the penguins come from, but if they did have igloos, or if penguins were in the place where the igloos are, which is the literal opposite end of there, they would like it. I get that.
Separate, different icy place.
Yeah, but they would like it. I get that.
I think you're on the right track.
Yeah.
All right. In my sock drawer.
That's where you hide your stuffed, Baby Yoda / Grogu.
Yeah.
That was your sister's Christmas present that you're not supposed to have. It's not a great place for a living thing. I submit.
Yeah, not a wonderful idea necessarily.
No.
I don't think penguins can be litter trained, so
it
becomes problematic.
Right. I mean, I guess they could make a little mess. I don't know.
Yes.
Number 5, and this is actually where the penguins in the book.
In the book, yes.
It's a tie, but these are basically related. In the freezer or in the fridge.
Okay.
I did not enjoy the book, but one of the things I enjoyed about it was that the father drilled holes. He had a workman come to the house and drill holes in the ice box, as they called it, so that the penguins could breathe. And I loved that little detail.
Wouldn't
the penguins could be in a cold place, but they still could have air.
Wouldn't the cold leak out?
Yeah, well, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
They end up turning the whole floor of the house. Don't read the book.
Okay.
I'll tell you later how it all shakes down.
Thank you.
Yeah, it ruins the insulating effect of the door. But if you put your penguin in the fridge, please give it an air hole. I guess that's the takeaway.
Fully agreed. Yes.
That's the takeaway.
Yeah, air holes for all penguins.
Yeah.
Number 4, in a mirror.
That is a book reference also.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. The guy in the book he puts his shaving cream on the mirror and envisions it. And in the original draft of the book, that was how he got the penguin. It's not how he gets it in the real book, but it was
Yeah, all right.
So I think that was probably someone who taught the book and remembered that detail. Number 3, I love it whenever this happens. Number 3, in the library.
He's
and
right
there
here.
is a penguin. We did keep our penguin in the library.
Yes.
Yeah, Vincent.
Vincent is here.
Yeah.
Number 2, I don't like penguins. Now, there's no accounting for taste.
Because penguins are great.
Penguins are wonderful. But I can appreciate not wanting to partake in having a penguin.
Right.
So you know what? You felt strongly enough to write it on the whiteboard. We respect you.
I mean, it's honest, and I love it when the people are honest about their feelings
yes.
on the whiteboard.
Yes.
Like, you could just walk away. You could just, it didn't cost anything not to write on the whiteboard.
It's true.
But they really wanted to express their honest feelings about penguins. And, I mean, I've never had a pet penguin, so maybe they smell bad. I don't know. But I love the honesty of it.
Birds are very difficult to take care of.
Don't listen, Vincent.
We don't mean you, honey.
And the number 1 answer, it's obvious why this is number 1, I hope, when I say it. The number 1 answer to where would you put your pet penguin? In Antarctica, where they're supposed to be.
You know what? You're correct.
That is where they're supposed to be. That is where they should probably stay.
Yes.
Congratulations, winner of the whiteboard from 2 years ago.
Also South Africa, right? Yeah, they're
all over the remote, the Antarctic zone.
Southern hemisphere.
Yeah. I think there are some in the very southern
deep
part
down. The southern tip of Africa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But not in Tennessee.
Not in Tennessee. We don't need penguins here.
Unless they're at the zoo and they've all been safely, taken care of.
Yeah, they're very well taken care of.
Don't put them in your freezer. Don't put them in the black market.
Don't put penguins on the black market.
And we don't need another one at the library because we have Vincent.
Yeah, and Vincent is perfect in every way.
Thank you, Vincent.
We hope you enjoyed the Beyond the Shelves podcast, a production of the Blount County Public Library. To support our show, please subscribe and tell your friends. You can download more episodes at Apple Podcast,
Google Play,
Spotify,
iHeartRadio,
Ghana,
Player FM,
SoundCloud,
Amazon Music, Audible.
and at our website, beyondtheshelves.libsyn.com. This podcast is funded by the Blount County Friends of the Library. Thanks, friends. The library is always there, waiting. Until next time, celebrate history, create connections, inspire imagination.